I lean back against the tree, since I'd at least like to see whoever attacks me. He doesn't bother hiding anymore. He breaks branches and steps on leaves as he approaches. A tall man comes out of the bushes. Oh, it's Amamiya. Someone who shouldn't be here. Amamiya Son? The man who helped me when I was looking for a camera. Back then he felt familiar too. But why did I know his name just after? My thoughts end. He's silent. He's a professional, so there's no reason for him to speak. But he still looks at me with an expression of sadness and frustration, as if he's looking at the pupil who betrayed him. Why? This shouldn't be possible unless we knew each other a long time ago. Amamiya-san pulls out a large knife. Ah, so he is going to kill me. He holds out his left hand and covers my eyes. Because of the strange air, I don't feel like resisting. I just don't. I'm actually scared. But my emotions are so confused, I just end up numb. The truth is, I want to live. Light flies out. The arm covering my eyes is moved. No, not moved. Cut off. What? A ferocious growl comes from his throat. Since his arm just got severed, I can't imagine how much pain he must be in. But he still reacts quickly. He immediately jumps back. He disappears back into the forest. At the edge of my vision, a vividly glowing membrane writhes around. Ow! Ow! That really hurts! There's a bird violently pecking at my forehead. I thought woodpeckers only pecked wood. I leap up and grab the bird. Pain rushes through my side. Ow! The wound's closed and it's not bleeding much anymore. How could a hole this large heal so quickly? The leaf bird, flaps madly at my side. Is that you, Akane-san? The bird nods like a human. She must have replaced the scout bird with a mass-producible leaf bird. This one can't convey her thoughts to me. It gestures with its beak, telling me to look to one side. The bag I was carrying the key in, I must have put it down before lying against the tree. It's been torn, and I can see the key's face through the hole. Huh? I remember Amamiya-san's arm being cut off. That glowing membrane. So it probably wasn't trying to protect me, but it still saved me. His arm is still lying where I last saw it. I don't want to look at it. The leaf bird continues pounding on my head. Evidently, she really wants me to get moving. A guardian must be coming. Amamiya-san retreated, but others are coming. Damn. I should have gotten moving as soon as he retreated. I carry the key for a while, but my stamina is definitely suffering. It feels like I'm carrying a boulder. The leaf bird pulls up on the bag, trying to make it easier for me. It doesn't help at all. I can tell I'm moving slower and slower. The forest grows darker until I feel like I'm at the bottom of an ocean. Akane-san, I smell blood. Humans stand out in the forest. Smells that would be perfectly normal in the city seem out of place here. No sign of anyone around here. The small bird flies off to scout the area. It comes back and shakes its head. So there's nothing here. My senses tell me the same thing. We don't have a lot of other routes to choose from anyway. I proceed cautiously. After walking for a while, someone grabs my ankle. You, Takasago! That giant man has fallen to the ground. Takasago's been torn up. He's covered in wounds and his clothes are in tatters. Blood is coming out from everywhere, not just his face or arms. He doesn't seem to see me clearly, so he must have just woken up.
てめえ、どうしてこんなところにいる?
I I can't think of a good answer. I was supposed to avoid being spotted, because there's no way for me to make an excuse if they see me here. Takasago looks weak, but his words are clear and his grip is strong. I can't talk my way out of this.
そうか、わかったぞ。てめえ、奴らに内通してやがったな。
Does he mean Guardian? This must be why I didn't get attacked by any more familiars.
おかしいと思ってたんだ。おめえみてえなガキが森人なんてよ。俺らをはめやがったな。
No, I didn't.
その荷物は何だ？
What does that matter? Takasago picks himself up.
中身見せろい！
Not good. I have to run. He might follow me or tell someone he saw me, but I'll just have to play dumb when that happens. I ignore Takasago and leave quickly. Something hits me in the thigh. Sounded like a gunshot. I can't walk and tumble to the ground.
スパイ野郎が全部てめえのせいだ。
In his hand is a revolver. The hell are you thinking?
その袋開けろや。
I realize there's no way I can run away from this. Then my confusion evaporates, and instead a strange heat appears in my side. Okay, I'll open it. My voice is strangely calm. I pretend to obey him and open the bag. He shouldn't be able to see inside it.
中身を取り出せ！
I can't do that on this leg. It's too heavy.
何が入ってる？
A girl. She got lost out here. I'm trying to save her.
なんだと？てめえいい加減なことを。
Takasago approaches me, still holding his revolver with both hands.
下がれや。
As he says, I drag myself back a few steps, leaving the bag in front of him. Takasago looks inside. A heavy silence.
こいつは人間じゃねえ。こいつはこりゃ。
His gun shakes slightly. Not yet. Not yet. Takasago looks at me with hollow eyes.
てめえこの野郎ふざけやがって。すっとぼけやがってガキの分際で。
I feel danger. Takasago's losing it. He could pull the trigger at any moment. In fact, I'm convinced he will. He has no intention of coming with me. I'll just have to fight him, even if it means taking each other out. I hold out my right hand. The glowing fluid pours out of my wrist, coagulating as it projects forward, creating sharp blades. It's much faster than before, but not as fast as a bullet. The first bullet grazes my cheek, and the second shot flies off into the distance. After that, my elongated blade digs into Takasago's shoulder like a whip. He screams like a beast. I didn't hit him in the best place, so I only dig a few centimeters in. Too shallow. Takasago points his gun at me again, with my blade still in him. I quickly roll to dodge the next few shots. The aurora between us reaches its limit and breaks apart. I rush toward Takasago, hoping to get a better hit at close range. He points his gun at me again when I'm only a few meters away. It's aiming right at my forehead. I feel I'm about to die. But then, the leaf bird jumps out of hiding and onto Takasago's face.
No!
I push against the ground with both legs, leaping into Takasago. I quickly form a blade and cut across his chest. Not a light blow like before, but a wide slash with my body weight behind it. He groans under my feet. He is mortally wounded now. But he's still alive. However, no medical attention could help him survive that. He's a goner. We can't even talk anymore. His face is pressed against the ground as he squirms. My heart is cold. From now on, I won't just be someone who needs protection. I won't have the right to complain no matter what happens to me. That's the consequence of crossing this line. Sorry, but I have to finish you off. If I let you live, I'll be in danger when this is all over.
クソガキ。クソガキ。
Call me whatever you want. I extend the blade. Just one is enough. Is it weird that I'm thinking of a girl as I do this? Akane's face flashes through my mind. This is one of the things I have to do to help her. And I'm willing to do it. I aim carefully, hold my blade high, and swing down. It wasn't as clean as in the movies. Because I'm not used to this, and the blow isn't strong enough, I make him suffer needlessly. That part I feel sorry for. My cheek's already healed. But the bullet's still in there, so it's not perfect. I still feel pain when I walk. Gunshots echo through the forest. Even the insects go quiet, forming an ominous silence, dragging everything into darkness as it approaches me. More pursuers. I can feel multiple people behind me. Not familiars. Much worse. I don't want to fight them. I don't stand a chance now. My body's heavy. I can't run nearly as fast as before. The leaf bird guides me. It doesn't talk, but I feel a lot better having it around. The key's ribbons start to float out of the bag, like seaweed. There's no sign of them attacking me. It's still asleep. But the drug I gave it is slowly wearing off. My pursuers speed up. They'll be here any second. Sorry, Akane-san. I apologize to her on the inside. I can't run anymore. In order to fight multiple superhumans, I'll have to stop and put down the key. And I'll have to make all of them unable to follow me before I can start running again. There's no way I can do that. But if I keep walking like this, they'll just attack me from behind. I put down the key. I'll just have to try and take them out one by one from here. They're professionals. I have no real chance of winning this. But this is my only chance of escaping with my life. I hide the key in the bushes. If the anesthetic wears off and it starts moving again, they won't be able to see it. So at least Guardian won't get their hands on it. Please don't find it. Now that I don't have to carry that anymore, I locate to the nearest enemy and start moving. I brought Takasago's gun with me. It functions the same as a high-end toy gun, but I have no spare bullets and I have no idea if I'll be able to hit anyone. For now, I slip it into my belt as a good luck charm. From what I can see, there are 3 pursuers. The first one approaches. I hide behind a tree and wait. The man shows himself. I was worried what he might be like, but he looks perfectly normal. Standard outdoor clothing plus a face mask. There's an axe hanging from his belt. You could probably buy one of those at a hardware store, but there's still something very strange about him. Fortunately, the man walks by me without noticing. I aim my gun at his back. The man steps to one side. He hurt me. I forget about trying to shoot him and extend my blades instead. The man takes a huge step back, dodging my swing and getting around me. His axe swings down. It hits my blades and shatters them. If I hadn't pulled my arm back, it would have cut off my hand instead. He thrusts his left fist toward me. I catch it in one hand, but the force shakes my bones. After another few hits, I lose my balance. The axe comes down. I roll to one side. The thick blade digs into the ground behind me. I don't have any way of blocking his attacks. I leap into an area with dense trees. The man swings horizontally. The trees burst apart as if they were made of water. I don't know whether it's his arm strength or his superpower, but he's powerful. I try to regain my composure as I retreat. In the corner of my mind, I can feel the other 2 rapidly closing in. I completely failed to get the jump on them. My heart fills with despair. I have to focus on defense. I can't even run away now. Every time the man turns his wrist, the axe changes its path. I continue backing up and bump against the tree. I immediately crouch. My instincts tell me to. The axe passes over my head, slicing right through the tree. I stick out my right hand. The man grabs my arm. He raises his knee into my jaw. I almost black out just from that. He raises his axe again. This time he might actually break my skull open. Just as I give up, a tree grabs him from behind. A tree man? I quickly grab his arm. I twist it up as best I can. I push harder, trying to break it. The man resists with sheer muscle strength. It feels like I'm trying to break steel. Damn it, he's too tough. I hear something rupture and the man's left hand grabs my face. He tore through the tree man's arm. And now his Herculean strength is on the verge of crushing my skull. I shoot him in the thigh. He doesn't scream or weaken his grip. I continue shooting. I'm hitting him at point-blank range, but it's not affecting him at all. If I have to wrestle with this guy, he'll kill me. In my panic, I take action without thinking. Gah! His claws release me, and I roll to one side to get away. The man covers his face with one hand. I can see a huge amount of blood coming out between his fingers. The countless blades coming out of my right hand are twitching around like a living thing. Like a creature made out of them. No. A familiar? What? The bundle of swords heads in another direction. The man tries to pick up the axe he dropped. I hold my right arm out. The swarm of Aurora surges toward him. He turns his thick shoulder toward me, probably because holding up his arm wouldn't be enough. My blades eat into his flesh with joy. They clamp around his shoulder like bear traps, tearing out large chunks of flesh. They chew on him. The sound of it sends chills down my spine. Dwah! I hear a sharp crack, proving that they're cutting down to his bones. And it's not just his shoulder. Several parts of him are being torn apart, from his neck down to his side. His skin tears open and his flesh is eaten away. His bones crack and blood gushes out. His left forearm flies off. Another blade catches it and they start fighting over it. I can't bear to watch it. Stop! The creatures immediately stop moving. In the next moment, they lose form and return inside my body. The man's still alive, despite having his flesh torn off layer by layer from the neck to the waist on one side. He slowly falls to his knees. His kneecaps are shaking. He picks up his axe. Don't! But he doesn't stop. He holds his axe up horizontally. He's trying to throw it. Don't do it! He throws. The axe spins through the air as it approaches me. It's hard to believe he's on the verge of death. It grazes my cheek and disappears into the darkness behind me. I make a blade. By the time I hold it up toward him, I realize he's already finished. He's not moving anymore. But he's not the only one here. I decide to leave immediately.
Kotaro, 無事ね?
It's only been an hour or two, but that voice is a huge relief. Akane-san. A tiny silhouette approaches me. It's Chimakou. What's she doing here? She has a scout bird on her shoulder. So it wasn't destroyed after all.
Kotaro, お前...
After seeing my face, her voice sounds pained. I feel heat on my cheek, then realize I'm crying. My expression hasn't changed, I'm just crying. My nose isn't even running, tears are just running down on their own. There's no overpowering urge to sniffle and sob either. This is weird. I wipe my tears. No matter how much I do that, the tears don't stop.
やめて.
For some reason, she sounds like she's wincing from a blow. I look at my hands. They're covered in blood. I've had blood on my face this whole time. It's shameful seeing my own fragility on display like this. I'm still shaken up by what happened earlier. Akane-san, there's at least 2 more enemies coming.
わかっているわ。この子に対処させる。
Really? Eh? What do you mean?
島子はこれで聖女会で最も優れた魔物使いの一人よ。
Wait, so...
新たな魔物を持たせたわ。島子が追っ手を食い止めてくれる。
No! Let those familiars carry the key. I'll hold off the other two.
無理よ。見ればわかるわ。
I have better odds than a child.
この子はいいのよ。そういうものなの。運搬用の魔物は用意してあるわ。急ぎましょう。
She'll die if we just leave her here.
構わないわ。どうせ生きていても、その子には先はないのだから。
What did you... Something I've been holding back for a while feels like it's about to burst out.
事情があるのよ。でも説明する時間が今はない。聖女とはこういうものなの。
Doesn't she still have the right to live at least? She has no words. If she sympathizes, she could at least agree with me. But she's silent. That means she accepts it as part of Gaia.
仮にそうだとしたら、ここまでにしておくの。
We've had a conversation like this before. I'm supposed to be prepared for this. But I'm bringing Chimakou and the key with me.
太郎、
If we get attacked, I'll fend them off. Is that good enough for you?
鍵の確保は私たちにとって何よりも。
Akane changes her mind mid-sentence.
好きになさい。
Sorry for being selfish.
いいわ。急ぎましょう。状況が大きく変わったのよ。
Familiars show themselves in the trees behind Chimakou. They're much bigger than hounds. Wolves, but far stronger than the real animals. And more than one of them. 2, 3, they keep coming. A total of 10 wolves appear with their red eyes glowing.
軍道は森林での連携を得意とするとても強力な魔物よ。
You got all these guys out here?
私にだって隠し札くらいはあるわ。
Is it okay for her to have this many?
幼い子供の方が使える命が多いということね。
Well, Chimakou doesn't have a drop of sweat on her. I guess she really is a prodigy at this. The familiars raise their noses all at once. Soon, I sense it too. They're here. The wolves split up in 4 directions. They're so light on their feet, I can hardly believe how big they are. 9 of them vanish into the shadows. One of them remains to carry the key. If she can control this many this easily, maybe I should just leave the fighting to her. Akane-san must have been underestimating her. I make that assumption and go back to focusing on the mission. Let's go.